Alright, just want to give you a shot of the trans down and clean. Alright, I got most of my parts in stock. Most of my parts came in. I don't keep this stuff in stock. But here is my friction module, which is original ZF. Okay, that's all I use. I wanted to show you guys the overhaul kit. Okay, here is the overhaul kit. And again, original ZF. Some of this stuff actually is available locally, and some stuff I have to bring in from out of state. Here is that open face bearing. This is again original ZF. This is the F clutch piston, and this also is original ZF. And the way you can actually tell if it's original ZF or not, pretty much what you do is just grease up the piston on the outside of the drum, and this should push right in. If it pushes right in, believe it or not, that's how easy the original ones go in. If you kind of got to struggle with it, because there are aftermarket ones that are no good. I do some work for some BMW specialty shops, and they supply me with the parts, and I'll install the pistons or whatever for them. And they got me one of these aftermarket ones for like $5. I put the thing in, and I told them, these really aren't great, but whatever. They still said put it in. And I think the thing failed within about 10,000 miles. Just the lip of the aftermarket piston just collapsed, and the thing was slipping in reverse real bad. So I would definitely go with the OE. And again, a way you can tell, or the way that I can tell, is the OE pistons just push right in, no problem. The aftermarket ones give a little bit of an issue to get in. And here's my Filtran made in Germany. Okay, the only part that I'm waiting for, which is on order, is the lower front half of the valve body. I just took this section off just to check it. There is some wear in this area right here for the pressure regulator valve. That's usually why the clutch A drums go bad. There is also a second design regulator valve, which I also have on order. So I'm just waiting for those two pieces to come in. So just want to show you guys the unit down clean, and the parts that are going into the unit. Alright, so I did get the last of the parts that I was waiting for. Alright, this is the lower front half of the valve body that I got from Ericsson Industries. This is original ZF, and we're going to be swapping all the valves over. And this is the second design or updated pressure regulator valve, also original ZF, that's going to be going in. And as you can see, I am working on the transmission. Clutch packs are done, and really just got to do the valve body and put this one together. So I just want to give you a shot of, once again, the parts that are going in. All right. This is all T25. Alright, now I hold it down. Shouldn't be as bad as this one. This has a really heavy spring on it. But you don't want nothing to fly up. Okay. Now let's take these valves out. And we just got to get the springs. I like to get the springs mixed up. a small section right here. Okay, so these. Pretty much are both the same. All right, so we have one more valve left. One more valve left here in the center all by itself. So we're going to take the stopper plate out. Just make sure this thing moves. Okay. I'm going to hold it down because otherwise this thing's going to shoot up. Okay, here is the door plug, spring. All right, here's the valve. Now we're going to take this little stopper plate out here, and there's a little valve behind that. Right here. Okay. Now we have our lineup pin. We're going to knock it out. We got to take this out for the input speed sensor wire. All right. So this is totally empty now. Here is our new I got this thing wrapped up pretty good. A lot of tape. Now let me just get this thing out of the packaging, but as you can see, it is original ZF. I think that's all they make. Nothing else is made on the aftermarket. Same with this valve, and I get this right out of ZF distributor in Connecticut. So let me just get this set up, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so we can start putting this valve body back together. I just kind of rinsed off, some of the valves here, just to make sure everything goes in okay. I didn't do anything with this section yet, but let's put these together first. These are the accumulator valves. Okay, you got 3 cavities here, but the center one is going to stay empty. And these accumulator valves are for the EDS solenoids.
this section here. Just slide them in one at a time as they came out. All right, here's another accumulator valve. Okay, everything seems seated. So this we're going to stand up here. Move this. Okay. Tighten these down. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just kind of wash this stuff up here. This is the second design regulator valve. And here is that spring, got a pretty big heavy spring there. And I just want to wash up the other stuff, and we're going to put that on here and finish it up with the single valve in the center. Just give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have that one valve in, main regulator valve. Okay. All right, so what we'll do here, I want to try to hold this valve down. Let's see if that is possible. Okay, and we got a very heavy spring here. So I want to try to push this thing down and start a bolt. But you got to kind of get everything lined up. There's one heavy spring. We're gonna torque all these down once this thing is all done. All right, so the only thing we have left really is just the center valve. Now we got to get that into the little spot all the way down. All right, there we go. You get it perfectly straight, we'll go right down. Okay, now, valve and spring. Okay. And the bore plug. And we're going to push this down and put the plate in. And then we got to put the other stopper plate in. There. There. Manual valve. And then this one is going to go here. Heavy spring plate. Okay, so that completes the transfer of all the valves for the lower front half of the valve body on the ZF580B24. All right, guys, I guess that's about it. I thank you for watching, and have a great day. Okay, so we're going to continue and open the valve body, Andy's valve body on the 2003 BMW X5. We did the switching of the valve already for the lower front half. So now we're going to continue with the rest. Okay, we're going to lift this section off. Okay, now we're going to get the section down here. Okay. All right, now we're going to have like a check valve and spring in here. All right, so here's that separator plate, check valve and spring, and here. Okay, we got a check valve and spring here. All right, next thing we're going to do is take these tension plates off. I'm going to take this screen out right here. Right now, these little orifices and stuff usually stick to the plate. So I want to try to see what I can see to push them down so they don't stick to the plate. And then again, when we lift this plate up, I'm going to break it loose from the gasket and just flip it over. Now let me back out just a little bit. Okay. This way, whatever is on there, and it's still on there, we'll kind of can figure out where it goes instead of just ripping the thing off. You got to be extremely careful because they're all different sizes, the orifices, the holes, and they all have to go back correctly. Otherwise, this thing is not going to work right. And to find a picture of where these go, it's not that easy to do. You know, being the fact that they're used in Land Rovers and Jaguars, it's not that easy to find the correct sequence of how they go. All right, so let me break this gasket loose. Okay, I'm just going to take this and flip it. Okay, so we have two orifices that are stuck to the plate. Okay, one here and one here. And being the fact that how we flipped it, the purple one is going to go in this spot. Okay, I got it. And we have like a brown one that is going to go right here. Okay. All right, so let's just make sure we got nothing left on this plate. Even if you wanted to put this in the solvent tank and wash the, and wash it down. Wash it down from here. Maybe the stuff will drop down, but you got to be extremely careful when you're taking this plate up. so let's get this gasket here. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this aside here, and I'm going to take these orifices out and put them as they come out, so I know how they go back. And you got to be very careful. I like to do this particular stuff either early in the morning or late at night because I get interrupted probably every 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, and just in case something does happen, I'm just going to take a picture of it real quick. Because I can't see the different colors, so let me just go turn my light back on. Okay. All right, so we're going to start from this side, work around up here. Okay, so we have nothing up here, there's nothing up here, so we're going to start with this brown one. And I'm just going to put it just how it is on the red, just how it comes out on the plate. And then I'll give you guys a close-up shot after this is all clean. Check ball here. Another orifice here. There's probably, all right, so I took 4 of the orifices out already. 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 of them. All right, here is the screen. Little screen for the valve body. Okay, here's a bright orange orifice. Okay. Moving back along this way, we have a brown one. And then we have a damper. Oh, this is the lake style one. All right, so that's good. All right, so you know what? Let's get this out first. There's that purple one again. Blue. Here is a check valve with the valve facing up, and then we have another check valve with the valve facing down. All right, so let me see if I can get this one out. Okay, here's the purple one. And the damper. So that should be it. Okay, just like anything else. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to clean everything up and then get rid of the oil, and then we'll go back together with this. All right, so I will be back shortly. All right, so everything's all nice and clean. So let's put all our goodies back, and then we'll get a close-up shot of this. Okay, so just how it went. We're going to put each orifice back. These things got really tiny holes. All right, here's the check hole. All right, here's a little screen. And it goes right there. And we have like a bright orange one. Alright, I got a new damper in the kit. This is the old one, and that is the new one. So this is kind of flat. So we're gonna put the new one in that comes in the ZF overhaul kit. That aside, and then we're gonna have a brown. Then we have the check valve with the valve facing down. Then we have the purple one. Blue. Just make sure these are straight. Okay, and then we have the check valve with the valve facing up. Okay, so that's that for that. All right, now we're going to put our plate on. Actually, let's get these tension plates here and just clean these up. Alright, so there's only one gasket that comes in the overhaul kit, but I still like to hold the gasket up to the separator plate and make sure nothing is blocked. I mean, you have a little bit right here, but you know, that's normal. I saw that on the old one. But no holes, no feed holes or anything like that are blocked, so this all looks good. Okay, so we want to hold this gasket on here. So we'll take a little trans gel. So there's a close-up shot of this channel plate with all the orifices, check valves, damper. You got to be very, very careful
make sure these things go back in the exact same spot. And like I said, it's not that easy, just in case something does fall out, it's not that easy to find out where they go. I think one guy one time actually had to buy another valve body because he, they fell out or something happened. He called me. I couldn't really help him, because I don't know if what I'm giving him is correct. So you got to be very, very careful. All right, I'm going to set it back up again, and we're going to continue putting it together. Okay.
All right, so we know the gasket is good. We're going to put this back on. We got that valve. So this is here. Okay. I'm going to put our tension plates back on and not tighten the bolts. Which is still on that lower front half, you have that line-up pin. So when you go to put that in, something may move. So we don't really want to tighten these up yet. Alright, so just hand tight for now. You still, can have a little movement if need be. Okay, so we have our filter here. Alright, let me just clean this thing down a little bit. All right. Put this in place. All right, now let me just get the rest of the pieces on the bench, and we will continue putting this together, so I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to finish up this valve body on this BMW X5. All right, so we got all this done here. These bolts back here on this tension plates are just finger tight. All right, so now we're going to put the lower front half in. This is the new section. All right, put the manual valve. So these we're just gonna, again, just kind of like hand tight. All right, now we got to get a special pair of guide pins. Let me go just look for those. All right, so I'm going to put these guide pins here. All right, and we have the valve that goes there. Valve and spring. All right, now we're going to put this on. Okay. You want to lower the rear hip. I'll put the bolts in. Okay, so this one here actually has to take out with a bracket for the wire. Put that on. This one. Go like that. This one like this. All right, now get a small screwdriver, magnet. Take the guide pins out. Tighten these down. We're going to going to be about 85 inch-pounds. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to change out these O-rings. I got a new set that comes in the ZF kit. I'm going to run these wires. Back up here. Okay. And this is your valve body overhaul with a new front load section and an updated pressure regulator valve. Now, I'm going to flip this. I'm going to tighten these. Okay, I think that's about it for this one. This was the kind of like the highlights and valve body for the 2003 BMW X5. So I'm going to continue, going to finish this trains up this morning. Just waiting on the torque converter, and then we'll be ready to go back in the car. So once again, I thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.